have this vivid memory of sitting in the bathtub one time and just crying.
I think I punched my dad once.
You're not in charge of me right now. Like, you just won't leave me alone.
I had an epidural in my back, so I couldn't move very well.
She just wanted me to keep pushing and keep going.
Everybody had one. Like, if you didn't have one, you were looked down upon.
This is a show where teenagers share their experiences growing up in today's world. I'm your host, Dr. RJ, and this is A Teen's Perspective.
So what I want you guys to do is tell me exactly the last time you failed at something. So I failed in my math test yesterday. I was rejected by a girl. I failed at boot camp, a test. I failed at this midterm. I failed today. I had to drop out. I failed to finish my homework. I failed chemistry. All right, perfect. So I'm going to tell you something about life real quick. So we're going to learn about life. Now, naturally, did that make you feel good or bad when you failed? So thumbs up, it made you feel good when you failed. Thumbs down, you feel bad. Okay, everybody's like thumbs down, right? Who likes to fail, right? The question is, why did it make you feel bad? Think about it. So we're going to actually talk about life. Remember, life is about your experiences, and your experiences are all determined by how you think about them. Okay, your experience is this. You failed. That's an experience. But how you felt about it had to do with how you thought about that. So why are you upset that you failed? I'm curious. I don't feel smart. See, this is a good one. I'm glad you've been honest with this. That's one of the most common reasons why you feel bad when you fail at something. You don't feel like you're good enough. Expectations cause disappointment. Yes, Ava. Yes, absolutely. If you have an expectation like, oh, I studied hard, I studied all week, and then I failed, like that hurts, right? My confidence goes down. Yes, Trevor, I felt I couldn't do something everyone else could, right? So ultimately, if we had to peel back the layer, if I had to dissect your thoughts, what we discovered is when you fail at something, you automatically feel like you're not good enough. That's really where the pain comes from. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. You can say, oh, I'm just disappointed, but the disappointment is coming from I don't feel like I'm good enough. So my question to you, if the experience of failing, and remember, we can't predict the future. Why do we have to think that this is a bad thing? Why do you think it's a bad thing? It's because the feeling of I'm not good enough. So I want you to write this down if you're taking notes. Anytime you're feeling something, it's always deeper. It's never what you think it is. So, okay, I just failed this test. Oh man, I'm crushed. It's bigger than the test, I promise you. It goes deeper than the test. Okay, my friend kind of left me on red. I'm mad about it. Oh no, it goes deeper than getting left on red, all right? It's deeper. So you getting this? Does that make sense? That makes sense? So listen, my question to you is, why does failing a test have to be bad? That's the question. Why does it have to be bad? Say, for instance, this. I know the future. I have this crystal ball, I can read the future. You failing this test helped you change your strategy that was not working. So maybe you procrastinated to the last minute. Maybe you failing this test helped with that. Like, so the next time, you're not going to wait to the last minute. Maybe your friend leaving you or backstabbing you helped you to cherish the friends that are good to you, right? Like these experiences, they don't necessarily have to be bad. It's the way we are thinking about it. So this is what I'm going to share with you. Naturally, you're going to feel bad. It's a natural thing. So what I want to teach you is how not to feel bad for a long time. That's what I'm going to teach you today. Most people call it positive thinking. So what I'm going to do is teach you guys how to master positive thinking. Because if you can master positive thinking, you're going to be happy. Now, why do we want to be happy? Who here wants the number one goal in life is happiness? Raise your hand. Who here has a really, really big want that you want? Like something you've just been wanting so bad? Put in the chat. I'm curious to know what it is. Something that you want like right now, you've been asking for it for a long time. You've been hoping for it. Put in the chat. I'm curious. So a gaming PC. I want to feel worthy. To travel. Good grades. New trumpet. Cake. A car. A jet ski. College. Soccer. Success. To pass grades. Good grades. Move to Europe. My Jeep. A boy. Respect. Overcome depression. All right, so my question to you is this. Why do you want those things? Why do you want to travel? Why do you want good grades? Why do you want to get a basketball scholarship? Why do you want more friends? Ultimately, because it makes you feel good. So write this down if you're taking notes, because remember, it's a life lesson. We learn about life. We know that life is basically experiences. And we know how we feel about those experiences is based on how we what? Think about them. That's how we know how we experience life. Now, we're emotional creatures, and everything we're after our emotions. That's it. I want a PS5. Why do you want a PS5? Because it makes me feel happy. I'm happy when I'm playing it. Okay. So it's not the box itself. It's not the box of the PS5. It's the experience and the emotions you're going to feel from it. So the best life hack is positive thinking. If you can master positive thinking, you're going to be so happy. That's number one. You're going to be extra happy. But number two is this. Positive thinking goes beyond internal. So I'm going to explain this. How many of you have heard of people like cancer patients getting better by thinking positive? Who's heard of that before? Okay, a few of you heard that. All right. So there's been countless studies of the way you think. And those who think positively have not only created so much success, but they've healed their own body from thinking. There's so many studies in cancer that those who go into the cancer optimistic and positive, they have a better chance of survival than those who are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened to me. My life is over. Now, even if you want to dissect this to a more of a biological standpoint, your thinking creates hormones in your body. Think about that. The hormones in your body. If you're excited, so for all you guys who gave me A's for life, if you're happy, your body produces hormones that make you feel good. In fact, one of the hormones that are released or one of the changes in your body is when you're happy is your immune system. Your immune system is building up. Now, guess what happens when you're stressed or you're unhappy? Your immune system shuts down. So if you're like breaking out, you get zits all over your face. Yes, some of it is puberty, but some of it is you stressed. This is a real thing. So the way you think changes everything. It changes your experiences. It changes how you feel. It changes your success. It changes if people want to be around you. Raise your hand if you enjoy being around somebody who's like always down. Like hardly anybody. A couple people raise their hand. So for the most part, when you're happy, you like the sunshine and people are happy, you want to be around them. So here we go. You might want to take notes. I'm going to teach you some tricks to have positive thinking. Trick number one is focus on the questions you ask yourself. Trick number one, focus on the questions you ask yourself. Now, whether you know it or not, you guys are asking questions constantly throughout the day. Why did this happen to me? Why do I look fat in this? Why are, this person have more likes than me? Like you constantly ask yourself questions. Now your mind works this way. Whatever question you ask it is going to give you an answer. Your mind will give you an answer. And based on your beliefs, your mind will prove it to you. So case in point, I have a big zit on my forehead. And you're like, man, like crap. Like I look so bad. Like why did I have this zit? So you're scrubbing, you're rubbing, and you're focused on it all day. So this is a basic example. Now, you think you look terrible. This is what you think. This is what you believe. So every time you're walking down the hallway, someone looks at you, you're like, oh my gosh, you're staring at my zit. Let me pull my hair down. But they're not thinking about your zit at all, right? In fact, some of you even draw attention to it. Hey man, what's up? How's it going? Well, man, I got this zit right here, That's what I'm saying. So do you see how it kind of works? So we ask ourselves questions and our mind will always confirm. So if you think I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, guess what's going to happen? I've coached teenagers so much and math comes up a lot. I don't know what it is about math. Hey, I'm not good at math. So they go into a new semester and say, you know what? I'm terrible at math. Why am I not good at math? What does the brain do? What does your mind will do? It's going to prove to you you're not good at math. So things are going to seem harder. Shout out to Kaja. She said, I got a 98 in math. That's what I'm talking about, Kaja. So your mind is going to start to prove to you you're not good at it. It's going you're going to go in and all of a sudden you're not going to understand anything. The teacher's going to be boring, all the above. So the key is the questions you ask yourself. So what I want to encourage you guys to do for positive thinking is to ask yourself a better question. Okay? Ask yourself a better question. I failed a test. You guys just share with me everything you failed. I failed a test. Why am I so stupid? That's not the question you want to ask yourself. But what's a good question you can ask yourself? Who knows? What's a better question you can ask yourself? Why I'm so dumb? No. Why I'm not smart? That's not a good question to ask yourself. What's a good question? Put in the chat. Ooh, I like this, Allie. What can I do better? Ooh, I love that. How can I do better? I love it. What can I do to improve? I love it. How can I learn from this? Shout out to Shaquille. That's what I'm talking about, Shaquille. Did I try as hard as I could? That's a good question. Because now you kind of ask yourself, like, did I really give it my all? How can I improve and reach the best of my capabilities? So raise your hand if this makes sense. This is a very simple thing we're going over right now. But even though this is simple, you have no idea how many people don't do this. In fact, if you kind of like examined yourself and paid attention to your thoughts, you realize you're not asking yourself these questions. Now, if you fail a test, you ask yourself this question: what can I do better next time? Do you think that would make you feel terrible? Like, why am I a failure? Does that make sense? Remember, it's an experience. So we cool on this? Are y'all ready for the second one? So you ready for the second one? Do this. Hold up, 2. Be ready for the second one. All right, perfect. The second trick I want to teach you guys about positive thinking is this, and this is a big one: focus. So life is about experiences, yes. But guess how many experiences are happening constantly? Like constantly. There's so many experiences. So how do you know which one to experience? It's whatever you focus on. Right now, raise your hand if you remember the last time you thought about something in the past and it made you either angry or sad. Raise your hand. If you thought about something in the past, angry or sad. So my question to you is, how is that possible? Think about it. It's not even here. Something that happened a year ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. How does that have an effect on you right now? How is that even possible? It's not even happening right now. So Kaja said, some trauma, some flashbacks, right? And that's ultimately what happened. I mean, you see it in adults all the time. But guess what? That's why life is about focus. Think about it. If you're focused or you're thinking about something in the past that was traumatic, it's going to make you feel terrible, horrible, even though now the trauma's not there. Does that make sense? Thinking about something in the past that's traumatic will make you feel horrible now. But guess what? The cool thing is thinking about something amazing in the past will make you feel great now. Now, I know none of you guys are on Facebook. Probably not. Okay, I'm old, so I'm on Facebook. Raise your hand if you would consider getting on Facebook. You're like, no way. A couple of people are like, yeah, I'll try Facebook. Now, the cool thing I like about Facebook is memories, like these memories. And I love it because like you forget about all this stuff that happens. And then you see, like for me, my son, when he was a baby, I got a memory yesterday about like, cute little baby. And it just made me happy. Now he's older now, but that memory made me happy. It made me feel happy. Why? I focused on that memory. So here's a trick for positive thinking. How about for all you guys who gave life a C and an F and a D, how about you spend the next 15, 30 minutes focusing on something that makes you feel good? Whatever that is. It could be God. It could be your family. It could be your puppy. It could be you think about, I remember the last time I got a chance to see my best friend before she moved. We laughed so hard. It could be anything you want. I get happy when I see comedies, whatever. But if life is about experiences, you get to control what you focus on. That's the cool thing about it. So this gives you guys freedom. This is why I tell you that you can literally change your life in a second. Literally a snap of a finger could change your life. If right now you choose to say, you know what? I'm going to focus on positive things. So my friend left me on red. I'm not going to automatically assume that she doesn't want to be my friend anymore. I'm going to just say maybe she was busy. Okay? Now, which one is right? I don't know, but which one makes you feel good? She's busy. I failed this exam. I'm not going to say I'm a failure because I'm not a failure. It's just that, hey, what can I do to learn from this? Next time I'll crush it. Which one's going to make me feel good? My sibling is so annoying. Maybe your sibling is not annoying. Maybe your sibling looks up to you and just want to hang out with you. Have you thought about that? Maybe your sibling just like to have fun with you. Maybe that's your way of your sibling trying to connect with you is by doing things to get a reaction out of you. Maybe you laugh back. Maybe your parents are not annoying. Maybe they just care about you, extremely care about you. So you have the power, all of you have the power to completely change the way you think about anything. I don't care what it is. And that will completely change your life. Now, you might ask me this question, RJ, why would I do that? Come on now. Why would I do that? What is my motivation for me to start thinking that way? If somebody did something to me that hurt me, I want to hurt them back. If I failed or I'm sad, I want to just sit and be sad. Why can't I just do that? What do you think? Well, I'm going to tell you why you would think that way. There's this 3-letter word. It starts with the E. Who knows the answer? Why is it that you have the tools to literally change your life right now? But even some of you today on this phone, on this call, is this Neil? Neil, Tori, Kaylin, Jody, Reese, Braden, man, they all had the right answer. I'm going to tell you the answer. All of them knew it. That's what I'm talking about. Shut up, guys. That's what I'm talking about. You guys pay attention. It's called ego. So I'm going to move to secret number 3 about life. This is a good one. Please write this one down. if you want to make a radical change in your life, please write this down because this is huge. Like when I first learned about this is what happened to me. Like it just blew my mind. Here we go. You ready for me? You are not your mind. That's so huge. That is huge. You are not your mind. Why is that so huge? Naturally, everything that happens in your head, you believe it just right away. Everything you believe. You hear all these thoughts, these voices, you have these beliefs, all this is in your head and you believe it because you think this is coming from you. But guess what? It doesn't come from you. Think of your mind like a program, a computer program. It's been programmed for one objective. Who knows the objective of the mind? One objective. When you were born, think like the beginning of time, human nature. That's it, Braden. Braden is on top of everything. I'm telling you, where's Braden? First of all, Braden, raise your hand because I don't even see you. Where are you? Are you not have your camera on? I don't even see you today, but you're crushing it. That's what I'm talking about, Braden. So your mind is programmed for survival. That's the very basics of life, survival. Now, if you have this program, just think about this. Hang with me. I know it's a lot. Your mind is programmed for survival. That is why you experience so much fear. Think about it. Your mind is, when it thinks survival, it's thinking like, hey, I don't even want you to feel embarrassed. How many of you now refuse to put yourself out there because you're worried about embarrassment? Maybe you're a singer, maybe you're a painter, but you refuse to show people because you're worried about somebody going to judge you. Or maybe you want to make friends, but you're scared to go talk to somebody because you think somebody's going to laugh at you or they're going to look at you crazy. That's not you. That is not who you are. That is your mind has been programmed to keep you safe. It knows the amount of pressure or the fear. Or think about somebody making fun of you. Oh my gosh, like, whoa, we got to keep you from that. So stay quiet. Don't do it. Oh, you play the saxophone? Don't play it in front of anybody. You know what? Because they're going to laugh at you. They're going to judge you. That's it. Kaja said it. She plays the saxophone. She's too scared to show others. But guess what? Is something wrong with Kaja? Absolutely not. That's Kaja's, hey, man, I just saw you joined us. That's Kaja's brain, her program. That is what her mind is programmed to do, keep her safe. And her mind is like, Kaja, you're better off not showing anybody or playing in front of anybody. Trust me. It's not worth the pain as if you go to play in front of somebody and they laugh at you. Can you imagine getting, you're terrible at saxophone. We don't want that. So right now, this is what I want you guys to gather. That's not you. So whenever you like hesitate, oh man, this is a cool person. I really want to talk to them. Ooh, they're going to make fun of me. I don't know. They're going to judge me. No, stop yourself and say, wait a minute. That's not me. That is my program. Now, if you can master that, remember this, changing the way you think, you're going to change your life. Why would this change your life? Think about it. Why would this change your life? Well, we already know that the more you put yourself out there, the more comfortable you are putting yourself out there. You know, like talking. Did you know like one of the most feared things for people in life is public speaking? How many of you had to present something in front of the class and you almost like passed out? You were so scared. Yeah. See, Ava told the truth. Yes, we all been there. Public speaking is so scary. In fact, they did a survey and most people said that public speaking is feared worse than death. Can you believe that? Death. People are scared to stand up in front of everyone and have all eyes on them. Now, why is that the case? Their mind is like, dude, don't do it. People are going to laugh at you. You're going to sound stupid. You're going to forget what you're going to say. It's going to be a disaster. Now, imagine if you had the power to be like, nope, that's a program. That's not me. I'm going to choose to do it anyway. And you do it a bunch of times. Guess what? You get used to it. I was the same way. You know, it's something I've been speaking my whole life, but I just, first time it was rough. Second time, kind of shaky, forget things. And then now I don't even take notes. I literally just go from the top of my head, whatever I feel. Whatever you guys write in the chat, that's what I'm gonna talk about. Or whatever your parents send me in progress reports, that's what I'm gonna talk about. So it's just doing something over and over and over. And that's how you get good at anything. So remind me, guys, what are the 3 secrets so far? Let's see, we've been taking notes. Maria says focus. That's one of them. What else? Oh, Reese, you know it? You're not your mind? Yes. Yes. What's the third one, Reese? The questions. Yes. You guys are amazing. Yes. Now, if you do those 3 things right away, you're going to notice a change in your life. Now, I got to talk a little more about something. We talked a little bit about the ego. So remember, you're not your mind. You have an ego. Your ego is literally designed to keep you safe in multiple ways. Someone wronged you, okay? Someone said something about you, hurt your feelings. Say, for instance, and this is a real situation, actually. Your parent signed you up for this program. This is so funny to me too. So your parents signed you up for this program. What do some of my C's do? Man, their ego just takes over. I'm so mad. I'm going to just butcher this whole thing. I'm a refusalist. I'm going to do this the whole time. I'm not listening to anything. That is the ego speaking. Now, the question to you is, remember, positive thinking. You can change your life like that. How do you overcome the ego? That's the key. We all have egos. Trust me. Every argument that you've ever been in your entire life was your ego speaking, not you. So what's going to prevent you from changing your life like that is your ego. How do you overcome your ego? Who knows the answer? Alex says, tell yourself to calm down. Okay. Keep coming. Keep the answers coming. Come on. We got to crush this ego. I mean, if you always want to have a change in your life drastically, we got to crush the ego. Positive, happy thoughts. Okay. Keep coming. Put yourself in a place. Perseverance. Think differently. Sympathize. All right. I like all this. You guys are awesome. All right. This is what I like. Gratefulness. Oh, this is a good one, Kaja. All right. So remember, your ego will take over. We can't help it. It's just part of it. It's part of the mind. So the key is awareness. Remember this. Write it down if you can. Awareness. All of us get a tiny window of an opportunity to change how we're feeling. It's a small window. Okay? Small window. So let's make it real. Can someone share with me, who wants to volunteer? Raise your hand. If I can call on you to tell me about the last time you got in a huge argument, or you're a huge fight with someone. You're so mad. Who want to tell me about that experience? Raise your hand. Aria. Okay, let's go to Aria. Hello, Aria.
Hi.
Okay, everybody, high five to Aria for volunteering. High five, Aria. Thank you. All right, Aria, tell us all about this argument.
So the last time I was in an argument it was like a couple days ago. It was like last weekend, I think. And I transferred to a new school this year, and it hasn't really been working out super well. And so I got in an argument with my mom, deciding whether or not I should go back to my old school. So I got really mad and frustrated. And then my mom got mad because I was mad, and she doesn't like it when I get mad. So then I got really mad. And then my sister came down, and she had the same problem when she transferred to the school that I transferred to. She had the same problem. And so then she came down, and then she likes to relate things to herself. And then I got mad because she thinks it's always about her. It's kind of a joke in my family. So then that didn't really work out well, but then it was fine. So I don't know. I like that story.
No, I think it's a wonderful story. Thanks for sharing that. Who can identify with this? Raise your hand. If you've been there, Come on now, we all have. All right, so the question is this. How many of you, from what we learned today, can already think about some positive thinking, how that would have helped? Put in the chat, what are some ways she could have changed the way she was thinking that would have helped drastically in this case? Who knows? Let's see what you guys come up with. So you listen to the story. I mean, I was just picking up right away, just words, I pay attention. Make new friends, look at their mom's perspectives, gratitudes. I don't fit in yet. Walk away, staying calm. Yes, first thing I heard from Aria is the words like, hey, I went to a new school and it wasn't working out the way I thought it was. It wasn't working out. So by us changing that language, it wasn't working out, completely changes the way we think. So say, for instance, she's not making friends as fast as she wanted to. It's a different way of thinking about that. You could think of it as like, man, the school is terrible. Like, while I'm here, it's my mom's fault. Or she could think, hey, like somebody said, I'm just starting. It's going to take me a while. I'm going to meet someone. Or maybe it's on me to go make friends. Maybe I'm going to talk to as many people as possible today. So the key is to change the way you think it. Now, I'm picking on Aria because Aria is already like almost a graduate of this program, and she's locked in mentally. But another thing that you guys mentioned about the argument, right? Arguing with the parents. Now, who do you think was arguing with the parents? Was it Aria or was it Aria's ego? It was her ego. Of course, it wasn't her, right? It wasn't her. Now, I have a whole entire training on how to have effective communication so there's no inner argument. So we don't have time to go into that. But the point of me sharing this is that you guys have the power to change the way you're thinking. Now, I'm going to go back to my original question. Why do you want to do this? What is the purpose of changing the way you think? What is the purpose of fighting my ego? I like my ego. How many of you purposely, I'm going to tell you, this happens all the time. And even me, I still have to catch myself because I do this too. I'm going to be honest. I still have to catch myself. How many of you, someone does something that makes you mad? They offend you some way. And instead of you just going and tell them, you start getting an attitude. You're quiet and you wait for them to come ask you what's wrong. Raise your hand if you do that. Come on. I know I'm not the only one that does that. Come on. Oh, Ashton, come on. I know for sure you guys do that. We all do it. You know for sure you can go to your friend and be like, hey, I was hurt by you laughing at me the other day. I was hurt by that. No, you guys don't do that. What you do? I'm not going to answer the text messages. No, they don't even ask you, hey, you're acting different today. Is everything all right? Oh, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You know you guys do that. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what that is. That's your ego, right? Because you know effective communication is just going straight to the person and say, listen, that really hurt my feelings. I'm going to be honest. When you did that, I know we were joking back and forth, but I just felt like it was a low blow, and it really hurt my feelings. I know you didn't mean to hurt my feelings, but it did. I just wanted to share that with you. Man, tell me, I know you guys are not having those conversations. You're probably like, whatever, I'm not going to be their friend. I'm not going to talk to him for a whole day. Or I'm not going to text him when I normally text him. Right? You're going to get cold shoulder and you want them to come run after you. What's wrong? What's wrong? Everything okay? Everything's okay? And then finally you tell them, or maybe you don't tell them, I don't know. Effective communication is just telling them. Now, that is your ego. So I'm going to tell you this. Why is it important for you to crush your ego and to have positive thinking? Why do you want to do this? What is your motivation to do this? Why? That's what I want to know. When we hang up this phone or this call, what's going to motivate you to just start like turning a switch on and just start being happy? What's going to prevent you from doing that? Why do you want to do that? Ultimately, is this. I'm going to explain to you right here. We've done studies on this. Everyone has studied this. What emotion do you believe will get you what you want in life? Anything. I don't care what it is. Friends, better relationship with your parents, a PS5, money, better grades. What emotion will give you this? So I'm going to say some emotions and you give me thumbs up or thumbs down. That's all you have to do. Remember, I'm going to say it again. What emotions will give you better grades, more friends, better relationship with your friend or your parents, happier? Is it anger? Will anger get you that? Anger is thumbs down. Yes, of course not. No. Now, in the short term, you could use anger to get some success, right? In the short term. But anyone you've looked at who's been massively successful in life, anger is not how they got there. I'm asking another one. Sadness, being sad, would that help you? Thumbs down? Nope. Sadness can help for a short term, but someone's feeling sorry for you, like somebody on the side of the road. They have the little sign, I have no money, I need money. They're looking sad. Would that give them some money? Yes. Now, would that make them financially free? No. Does that make sense? So it can help in the short term, but it's not the recipe for success. All right, I'm gonna ask you this one. Boredom. Will boredom help relationships? Will boredom help with your grades? Will boredom help? No, it doesn't. All right, I'm asking another one. Inspiration. Inspiration. Excitement. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Happiness. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Gratefulness or gratitude. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Yes. So you guys already know all this stuff. Some of you are thinking like, okay, this is basic stuff, but the key is it is basic, but how do you apply this? That's the key. Applying this, using these emotions. What will stop you right now when we hang up this phone to literally act like something just completely changed in your life? You just flip the switch and now you're completely happy about everything. You literally hang up this phone and you're like excited. You're high-fiving your parents. You're texting your friends, hey, let's hang out. You're laughing about something. What can stop you from that? I'm curious. What can stop you from doing that right now? Now, some of you may say, it's not my personality. I'm kind of chilled. You don't have to be chilled. How many of you know that you're not your personality? You knew you were not your mind, but how do you know you're not your personality either? Your personality is what I call your tendencies. You have a tendency to do something. So you may think that you're kind of quiet. No, you're not quiet. You have a tendency to be quiet, but doesn't mean that you have to be quiet. It's tendencies, all tendencies. You could change like that. And in fact, all of you are going to change your personality completely. The who you are right now, who you think you are, is not going to be who you are like 5-10 years from now. I'm just telling you now. So you are deeper than that. You're not a personality. It's just your tendency. All right. So somebody said, only yourself, lack of motivation. Yes. Mix that and nothing changes. So this is why I want to challenge you today. I want you to do this. You can see that as real. I want you to just go straight positive mode. Okay. Go straight positive mode, man. Just like think everything like almost annoyingly positive. Literally see nothing but like the birds are chirping, the sun is out, man, the wind is blowing, everything is working out in my favor. And the reason why I'm gonna tell you to do this is actually it's kind of cool that this happens. There's so much about the mind that you guys, I want to share with you because this is so cool. But the reason why all of this works is, remember I said your mind is like a computer program? Well, guess what? Based on your tendencies or your personalities, your mind has already been programmed a certain way. You've already told me, I failed a test, I'm hurt, I'm crushed. That's a program. You can change the program. That's the cool thing. So if you can get in a habit of being like turning positive mode on and you're just like, oh, mom, hey, guess what? I'm going to crush my ego right now. Hey, we got an argument yesterday. Totally my fault. I'm so sorry about that. You know what? I know this is going to work. I'm going to give it my all. It's going to work. Give me a high five, mom. Bam. You won't tell me your mom would not be the happiest person if you ever did that? Just think about it. Can you do that? The answer is, can you do that? Absolutely. Will you do that? Some of you not because of your ego. You're like, nope. My mom said some hurtful things to me. Nope. I'm not saying I'm sorry, right? That's the ego. That's not you. So my challenge to you is to go straight positive mode. Now I'm going to give you we have a few more minutes. So I'm going to give you a few things to help you click into this positive mode. Okay. So you might want to write these down so you can choose to go positive mode anytime. Before you go positive mode, you have to get mentally prepared. It's not something that you can kind of like, I mean, you could, but if we just hang up the phone and you start saying, hey, you're going to start getting hit with some things that you're probably not ready to handle. So I'm going to kind of help you out here. Before you go positive mode, you have to do this quick, what I call centering. You have to get centered. It's a quick little breathing exercise. All you have to do is breathe. Super simple. I want you to do this. When you go positive mode, I want you to do this. Take 6 deep breaths in. Hold it for 2 seconds. Release for 6 seconds. If you do this 6 times, now some of you are like, oh, I'm only have time to do it 3 times. That's fine. If you could do this 6 times, I don't care what was happening in that situation or around you right now, you will be what we call centered. Centered means that you're at like baseline as far as your emotions. You're like a true peace, calmness. Now you have the choice to choose direction you want to go to. Now, if you focus on something that makes you mad, you're going to go back to rage mode. But if you focus on something that makes you happy, you're going to feel happy. So that's what we call centering. You're going to be centered. So I want you to do this. First, center. Write that down. Number 1 is center. 6 breaths in, hold for 2, 6 out, do it 6 times. All right. Second, do 5 things you're grateful for. And I know you're probably like, oh man, my parents make me do this. This is annoying. Trust me. There's a reason everyone tells you to do this because it works. You're trying to change the mental program. It's a program. Remember, it's just a program. Your mind is literally a program. You change the program by teaching your mind or retraining the mind. Start to focus on things that makes me happy. That's what I'm telling my mind. When I'm thinking gratitude or I'm thinking what I'm thankful for, I'm telling my mind, hey, start to spend time on thinking about good things that's going well in my life. All right. So pick 5 things you're grateful for. It could be I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful for my parents, my siblings, my dog, to be in this course with Dr. RJ. That's what I'm talking about. That's something to be grateful for. No, I'm joking. All these things. Now, what this does is you're centered. When you're centered, you pick an emotion and you go with it. If you pick that, gratitude, all of a sudden you're going to feel like you're just naturally happier. That's number 2. And then the third thing is you got to bring the excitement. I'm so sorry to tell you, for all the people who are more chilled and calm, as you can tell, I'm not that chilled and calm. I'm super like animated and, I'm like this all the time, by the way. So for you who are like more chilled and calm, remember, it's a tendency. It's not who you are. You don't have to be that person. You don't have to be the person. You just got to crank it up. You got to be intentional about cranking it up. Now, I will say this. I wasn't always this way. When I was in high school, I kind of try to fit in and stuff like that. Now I bring energy. Now it comes natural because I've done it so much. So if you're kind of chilled, I want you to bring the energy and you do it however you want to. You can start like raising a roof, put some music on. You got to like get your body in it. Okay. Because think about it. We centered first. Gratitude was mental. Energy is from the body. So you got to start moving. Okay. I'm ready for this. Move, do whatever you do. Bring the energy, crank up your excitement, and then now go have your day and see what will be different. If you do this 3-step process, I guarantee you're going to notice that your day is going to be so much better. Now, imagine if you did this for a week. Imagine you did this for a month. If you did this for a straight month, this would become who you are. This would be your tendency. They say 21 days and you form a habit. So raise your hand if you're going to give this a shot. I'm just curious how many people are going to do this. All right. Now, be honest. Put it in the chat. If you're not going to do this, tell me in the chat and tell me why. I'm just curious. Thanks, Shakir. I'm glad you're going to do this. If you're not going to do this, put in the chat and tell me why. That's what I'm talking about. Cadence said, like, hey, my mom would be so confused. That's what we want. I want your mom to be like, wait a minute. Is this my child? What happened? Man, if you get one of those reactions from your parents, do you know you're crushing it? And if you can do that, Imagine we can do everything about anything else. Cash just said the same thing. Hey, my mom gonna be so confused. Like, hey, what's happening? Bring it. I'm telling you, bring it. See what's gonna happen. Now, a cool thing about this is this, guys. Another reason why you want to do this, I want to go ahead and tell you a couple of reasons why you want to do all this, why you want to go positive mode, is because it starts to influence other people. Now, some of you live with people who are just grumpy. They're just attitudes, or they're just stressed, or they're just constantly complaining. Your energy is going to completely change their pattern, their program. They're going to be like, wait a minute, Kaja, are you okay? Is your name still Kaja? Is this the right person? Like, it's going to change their mindset, right? Now, another reason why you want to do this is if you can manage these emotions, this is the secret to getting what you want. Anything you want. If you want more friends, bring it with the positivity. You would get more friends. If you want better grades, bring it with positivity. We've already talked about this. Studies have shown that when you're engaged in learning, when I say engaged, you're like, wow, this is interesting. This is exciting. Your mind retains more of the information. So if you're listening in class about math problems and you're thinking like, oh, I hate math, your mind will shut down, like it's not receiving information. But if you go to class and you're like, I love, like, math is fun, this is awesome. Even if you don't believe it right now, this is cool, I'm taking notes, raising my hand. Hey, if you do that, your mind is gonna receive more of the information. This is a real thing. This is not magic. This is a real thing. This is the way we were created. It's to our benefit. So let's see. I got to do this because I'll be a better person. That's what I'm talking about, Kennedy. All right. So it sounds like everyone is on board about doing this. Now, the last thing I'm going to ask you is this. If you guys could do me this favor, if you bring the positivity, send me a message. That's all I want to do. A quick little message to be like, man, this is the changes that I noticed. So Zion, Aria, Tori, Ali, Mick, send me a message. Just be like, hey, I tried this for 2 days and like, man, this is like magical. Like my friends are like, man, they want to hang out with me more. Or like, I feel more engaged when I'm in school. Or my mom and I are getting along. I want you guys to share with me. All right, so any other questions? You guys had a lot today. I hope you took notes. Thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate it. Good seeing you. I hope you enjoy listening to the group coaching session. And I also hope that you are able to learn something that would help strengthen the relationship between you and your teenager. Until next time, this is a teen's perspective, helping parents see the future.